Hey guys, welcome to the Game Bubble. Today I'm going to be giving you my 6-month impression on the RetroFlag SuperPi case. I paid, I think, about $40 for this Canadian, well, 6 months back, and I've had my Raspberry Pi B3 Plus in it ever since, and I can't see myself going to any other case. So right off the bat, we have the bag that houses the controller and the little Pi fan. When you first get it, it'll come with a couple of heat sinks. Okay, so here's the controller. It's probably the best retro controller I've ever used. It's pretty far up there with the original controllers. So if you're looking for new controllers, get RetroFlag controllers. They're the best. So here's the case, and you can see the vent hole on the bottom for where the fan goes. There's the I/O ports, and on the top here we have a reset switch, power on and off, and a micro SD card storage. So looking inside the case, we have the motherboard for the USB, and it also has the safe shut-off switch. So you want to flip that on if you plan to be using that feature. I'll show you how to set that up later in the video. So for now, you just set the Raspberry Pi in. You plug in the, I believe, 8-pin GPIO to the headers. And there is 3 screws that you need to tighten down.
Yeah, that's why I like the snap finger.
Okay, so for the fan, it's very simple. You just clip it into place. There are a couple of screws that you can put in. Remember, the 3 pins holding up the fan, that's where the air force goes through. So pins on the bottom, it's going to be outputting air from the case. You have the red and black wire, positive and negative, and the red wire goes on to the right of the USB board. And then you're pretty well set. So after all that, you can close up the case. Your Raspberry Pi is installed. There's 4 screws on the bottom, very simple. When you first get the case, the feet won't be on there. So you put you put all the 4 screws in, and then you put those 2 bottom feet over those screws. Now, as for the controller, I was already telling you how good it is. It's quite frankly an amazing controller. You get controllers, and if you open them up, sometimes they're like filled with like plastic, and there's not like you can tell that the manufacturer cheaped out a lot. Here you have some nice membrane switches, and then this is all PCB. No cheap plastic with a membrane overlay. Alright guys, on the computer we're going to go to Google to install the RetroFlag Safe Shutdown script. So to do that, we're just going to type that in and go to the RetroFlag website. We're going to want to install the one for the SuperPi, not the GPi. So to do this, we just copy this command here, and we paste it into our terminal shell. In this case, we're using Windows, so we use PuTTY. We're going to use our IP of the Raspberry Pi. And we're going to SSH in. We're going to use our root, username, and password. And we're going to paste the command. In PuTTY, you just have to right-click and press Enter. So after it's done installing, it's just going to close out of PuTTY and restart the Raspberry Pi. After this, you should be able to flip off the switch, and it'll do the safe shutdown process. So that's really about it, guys. After 6 months of using the RetroFlag SuperPi case, I can honestly say it was a fantastic buy. One of the best $40 I've ever spent. This company does magic with plastic. Like, you go on Amazon and you see these other cases and you get them and they look like crap, they feel like crap, but RetroFlag is different. These are the guys. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up. All right, guys. See you in the next one.